To add a new employee in XactTime, scroll down on the admin homepage to the Current Employees section. On the left-hand side, you will see the Add Employee link. Once you click on that link, it will take you into the Add Employee page. There are 4 fields that are mandatory: first name, last name, employee number, and time zone. These are marked with a red asterisk. Certain fields which you need to make sure that are filled in also include badge number if you're using hardware such as our 520, 620, or hand punch clock. You also have to make sure that you have the correct status of active. The employee's start date should also be correct. As you scroll down, there is phone, email, and address contact information, not mandatory. You have payroll information in the next section. All of this information is very important to get correct. You always want to make sure the employee has been assigned to the correct payroll policy. Make sure they have been assigned to the correct salary type and employee type. Employee type is exempt or non-exempt. This means exempt or non-exempt from overtime. Even if the payroll policy that the employee is assigned to allows them to get overtime over so many hours in a day or week, if they are marked as exempt, they will never receive that overtime. Make sure when you choose salary or hourly that you put in the correct pay rate. If it's hourly, the hourly pay rate goes in the box. If it's salary, the salary amount goes in the box on a per pay period basis. If the employee is eligible to receive a shift differential, make sure that is assigned. And if the employee is going to be able to receive holiday pay, make sure they have the holiday list assigned to them as well. The enforced schedule box should only be checked if you intend on restricting the employee to being able to clock in so many minutes prior to their scheduled clock-in time. Below that, we have our employees' default labor levels. They can be assigned by clicking on the Change Labor Level link. The employee benefit policy is then assigned in the accrual rule area, and their benefit start date should always match the start date up above. The initial time in the employee benefit area should never be touched. This area is only used by the system, and the amount that you see in these boxes will show the amount that is carried over from one year to the next. Again, there should never be any manual entry in any of these boxes. If there are any custom fields that were programmed in the system, they will show up here. The web access area will allow the employee to clock in and out through the web. The employee's login ID must be entered here, as well as the password they're going to use. Remember, the password is case sensitive. If the person whose employee screen that you are in is going to be an administrator or manager or have a higher level access than a normal employee, then make sure to assign them to a feature access template. And if they're going to be assigned to a specific group of employees, make sure you click on the edit link here to assign that group to the manager. If you have an IP access policy set up to restrict the employee from being able to access the system outside of your office, make sure you have that assigned in this drop down. And if the employee is going to be able to clock in and out via the web, this box should be checked here. If the employee is going to be submitting timesheets, ensure that these boxes are checked. And if they are going to only be tracking attendance, meaning they're going to clock in and get a specific amount of time no matter when they leave, check this box at the bottom.